Hey guys, this is going to be me just talking. You don't have to watch this unless you care about me or my channel and the present moment in history where we are at. Yeah, I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to give you some updates. Today was let me just say this. I heard it from a Buddhist monk one time that even they get upset by things. Like no one is immune from the emotions that we feel of like disappointment or joy. Like you feel it, but it usually goes away, as this monk described, after 72 hours. Like 2 or 3 days goes by after someone does or says something. Usually like you forget about it. And I know that, but this morning I also found out, I did a full workout and I decided to finally confront myself because I was honestly afraid of what I might see, but I took an IQ test. Like there's tons of them. I just took the top rated one, like a standard test. And yeah, guys, I'm 133. Like, it's no joke. I'm 2 standard deviations, and a deviation is considered like 15, average of like 15 points. And so most of the population is around like 100. If you're 115, like, you're really smart. I'm 133. That's like everyone feels like, that's why I get so disgruntled, disappointed by people everywhere and the way our societies run. Again, I'm not like saying that. In fact, I was scared and I underestimate my abilities. But so I add the fact that I'm cursed with a high IQ. Like it makes sense. Like all the friends I've had, how difficult it is to make friends. Like this is really eye-opening to me. Someone recommended that I read The Curse of the High IQ. And the more I was checking out, the more I realized, like, yeah, I can't go into a bar and watch them hit a ball around, kick it into the goal. Like, it's just so effing stupid. I have like a high IQ, and by the time you reach your 30s, like the construct of like school or like organized where people, especially after coronavirus, like is all gone. And that's why it's like I have to meet someone that's like less than 10% of the population that I would jive with, like on the same intellectual level. And then on top of that, according to Ocean, which is the personality parameters that they use in clinical psychology, I'm crazy high, like higher than 95 people in trait openness and conscientiousness and extroversion and agreeableness. And I talked about this before, but like both of these factors combined puts me in like a far fucking end of the spectrum, which is why it's so hard for me to make friends with like anybody. And I could fake it. I could go into any of these clubs but I'm just bored and it's not the right place for me and I wouldn't get much out of that. Like this was a really kind of enlightening moment for me to realize that like, man, this explains why I have so much trouble with like the opposite sex, with like finding a cohort, a community of people, especially after coronavirus and the financial situation that millennials are placed under. Like I am completely given up hope that I'll ever meet a romantic partner. The one, it just seems like a myth. And my own spiritual enlightening has brought me to the conclusion that like, I didn't ask to be born, so what am I deserving? What am I entitled to another person like to be subservient to me? It's not that way. Clearly, I would love them back. It's a two-way street. Certainly not the prospect of having a family. That's not going to happen because I'm not bringing children into this destructive world. I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but basically what I'm tired of fucking self-centered people, of narcissists who gaslight me and tell me that I'm the problem. And it's like, no, I'm just a very vocal, clear, and direct fucking person. I see through all the bullshit. I don't like small talk, fakeness, or cute little smirky good luck comments that are shallow. It's narcissistic. Nothing's genuine. I crave genuineness. And so it's kind of a bittersweet thing, but I'm not going to California anymore. So I'm not going to Florida, which is going to get horrible, and I'm not going to California, which is going to get horrible. And if you see the inhabitable territory, the inhabitable map, here I'll post it, it shifts upward. Like that's going to be the most habitable zone. You don't want to be on the east and west coast. And so I signed another year lease. It's a lot like this apartment. You're going to be seeing a lot of this in the next coming year. Except I have a washer dryer and a dishwasher and I think a full-size bathtub, like a deluxe amenities. But it's just like this unit, it's just up further on the hill. I'm a Capricorn, I'm a goat on the hill. A lone goat. But I'm the goat. But I want to get maybe a cat, but I'm like, man, holding a cat in my arms, like, will it be enough? Like, will it really provide me? And everyone's like, oh, just get a dog or a cat. It's like, I don't think that will really fulfill my emotional craving, like what I need. Like, sure, I love them. In fact, if anything, I'd be more sad for the animal. Like, it just has to play and go in circles in this house, like in these four walls, like it's just in a cage. Like, it just seems like a horrible life. I know it gets me, and I'm gonna love up on it a lot, but that's the same way I'm scared of a relationship, is like you just circle around each other and do the same thing every day. This doesn't feel natural. Just nothing in the society feels natural, and I know I'm an atheist, so I have an IQ of 133. I'm way on the far end of the personality distribution scale than most folk, and I'm an atheist. So I lack community and deep, like, pair bonding, like that. Of course I had all this in my 20s, but it's like, man, do you really fucking die after 30? Is this really how life goes? I'm grateful. I look a lot of my peers who are single parents, have 2 kids, like massive college debt. Like, I have nothing to complain, but it just feels like, man, is this really just like a bum deal we got? I can never afford a house, okay? I can never put down $69,000 as a down payment. Who the fuck can come up with like over 20 grand to put down a down payment for a house on the spot? And then let alone come up with a cash offer. It's fucking crazy. So I'm never going to own a house and gain wealth and also like the world is ending and like we're going to go down this really horrible path in 10 years. Less than 10 years. Pair bonding just doesn't seem what it's worth. A pet just wouldn't be enough. I legit need a fucking community of like IQ like 115 or above people. Like, I just need a community of people that are like intelligent, know where we're headed, can exercise a green thumb, not narcissistic, doesn't gaslight each other, bring up old wounds and neuroticism and use it as ammunition and reasons to downplay people. Like, none of this fucking bullshit ratting and tattletaling and fuck the internet, man. It's Facebook, it's fucking Instagram, it's all these social media platforms and typing. Like, words are so misunderstood. They're so fucking misunderstood. Like, anyone who's hung out with me knows that, like, I'm a fucking angel for you. Like, I will abide and talk and help, and like, I'm gonna volunteer for intellectual disabilities this weekend, like for some kids to go running. Like, I'm looking up groups, so I gotta make the best of it here. I'm calling a farmer's co-op. I'm trying to find gardens where I can get started learning my green thumb. Maybe it just isn't my time yet. If Hamlet can wait, maybe so can I. To wait to meet the right, like, handful of people, like 3 or 4 people at least, that are like IQ 115, know where we're headed in ecological disaster. Our representative concentration pathway 8.5, that's what we're on right now, guys. Just reality check. That's what we're on. And understands the concept of feedback loops, at least in concept, and likes to cook and like build things and like live together, and like isn't gaslighting and narcissist, like I said. It's fucking so hard. It's so fucking hard being pure and saying how you feel and being true to intentions, whether they are foul words or not. What I'm saying is coming directly from me. It's just maybe a bad experience, a mixed experience. So I got involved with Nature Bats Last online. And I can say honestly, like, 2 people have really come through for me in a big way, like physically, emotionally, financially, like really came through for me. But then like 2 others were like narcissists, self-centered, or like just pansies. like pussies. It's just a mixed bag, you know, in the doomer field. And I don't want to talk trash about other doomers right now, the other YouTubers, but I unsubscribe from all of them. They're not that interesting or funny. They don't produce like memorable content. They're not really producing good shit. It's a niche thing. It's like, oh, that's cool for like a few months. But if like you're into like, I'm not going to mention any names, but some of the other YouTubers, like, I'm just not going to talk trash. They're not my taste. I produce what I think is good quality content and and journalism. And there's another YouTubers that I like. I'll say that for instance too. You know, we just all have our opinions, but not to lie to oneself and to be honest with others. You know, this is the cards that this is what I've been dealt, and it's a double-edged sword. The range of experience that I have is so wide, from the depths of joy and just everything to like really bizarre. It's all because I have this like wide-ranging intellect. Things get simpler when you're a more simple person. Things are simple. You're fine with going to the same place and working 9-to-5 jobs. I wish I had that ability, but once you started working for yourself and doing like gig economy work for the past 4 years that I have, like you can never think about going back to the working force because the time to manage yourself is priceless. Priceless. So I'm a little bummed. I had to talk to somebody and give my feelings that things can change on a dime. I'm staying here. I signed another year lease. I figure I'll keep this channel, keep what's happening in the world, which the last episode I'm really proud of. Keep it going and just got to keep trying, finding a community, finding experience because like, you know, I can't go camp alone. Like I can, but like, or I go hike alone. It just takes a toll. It takes a toll. I know how to adapt, but this is certainly not natural. And the place that we're at in human history with capitalism and the way our society is structured right now, although like you could argue we're not cutting each other's heads off, it's still not fucking great for most men and women. What we lack in physical needs, or what we have in physical needs, now we have everything in abundance, we lack in mental and emotional needs. Like they're just not there. The connection between people, like people are nice, but nobody wants to be friends. It's shallow, lots of narcissists, like 90% of the population is like a narcissist or displays tendencies like that are, you know, I'm not going to go down the personality disorder, but I'm just saying has self-centered ideologies. It's a struggle. If you find good, real people that you're really your friends and don't bring up dirty laundry to have as ammunition for you, whether it is an event that happened between you two or not, if you find someone that just understands and is real enough, you hold on to those people white fucking knuckle tight. You hold on to them. They are like everything that is pure and the blood and the joy of whatever this stupid experiment, weird ass fucked up experiment that happened on planet Earth. Like, you hold on white knuckle tight, and I tell them that. I told my friend here in town, and I'll tell my other friend, you know, and my other friend. It's like, I fucking love you, and I need you. And I may act crazy, look like I have, you know, this thing, but like, dude, it is a increasingly lonely and isolating place out there in the world. And no amount of dogs or cats can fill the hole for some people. We need each other. And we need to be honest and upfront about how we feel. Always. I second to nothing else. I'm not going to bitter batter around and act like what others say doesn't have value or like it's okay and brush everything under the rug. No, I don't believe in that shit, pushing things down the fall. No, you confront issues as they arrive now, and that's how we make progress and we get to what really matters, which is actually enjoying life. If we can ever, and that's something we can wake up and do every day. Okay, thanks for listening to my rant. You've been great subscribers, whoever you are. Thanks for hearing me out. These are strange times, and I know all of you are feeling the same. I'll talk to you again very soon. See ya.